Hi, and welcome to another episode of We're Running Late. We always run late, and it's my fault.
And it's always his fault.
In 5D.
D.
All right.
Yay.
Also, that was a cop out, opening because I am running quite late. I'd
Yeah.
say I'm sorry, but
It's
I'm
not,
not
it's, we've been
sorry.
later. We've been later.
We have, right? Um, it's snowing like a mofo where I'm at right now.
They keep saying it's gonna snow here, and I keep going, it's not gonna snow here. And it hasn't.
Well, that's one way to look at it. So, of course, this is the promised last episode, and we say promise because we promise we'll stop talking about this.
For last year.
Yeah, for last year, right?
It was supposed to finish last year.
Yeah, because we do got to talk Mandalorian eventually. I promise I'll start watching it again.
Oh my god. This guy.
I know there's something about Luke Skywalker, but I have no fucking clue. So it'll be fun to.
Did you even make it to the best episode of the season or no?
I've seen season 1, my friend.
You haven't seen any of season 2?
Not a goddamn one.
Dude, there's 2 episodes in a row that are like the best episodes of the series so far.
All I know, honestly, is that there's a bunch of drama with some of the actors and rumors and bullshit. And I only know that because of all the headings when I'm looking at the news.
Honestly, just watch the show. Who gives a shit? One with he's in the costume. He's not in the costume. He's doing it for the show's good. Just shut up.
Yep, fair enough.
That was where I'm at. Just shut up.
Yeah, all kinds of crazy drama, but I'm not gonna.
No, there's a Robert Rodriguez directed episode
Oh.
in season 2 that is really good.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Once I finished, what we're going to talk about here, once I finished 9, I was like, yeah, I want more Star Wars, but I'm kind of done with this story for a while.
I won't watch it again until December. It's my once
tired.
a year. Takes
I'm
about
tired.
a year, and then you can, do your thing.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. So along the lines of Star Wars, though, I'm interested in this game because I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I only ever got to play it in the coin-op version.
Which is dope, because the coin-op version had, like, the full immersive experience.
Yeah, but it was harder.
Yeah.
Much harder.
I don't know how this isn't a ride at Disney. Come on, guys, get your shit together.
Oh, yeah, dude, that would be fucking dope.
So I got the limited run games release of Star Wars Pod Racers. Actually, I think it's actually just called Star Wars Racers, but it's Star Wars Pod Racers.
Yeah.
So it is it's the N64 game. Nothing added, nothing changed. It's just updated to work with the modern controls, and like I would say the visuals are cleaned up a little bit. They're not upscaled or anything. It's just a little less pixely. It's a little sharper than it was. Maybe that's just modern TVs. I don't know, but it's not. Nothing is really overhauled on the game. Is more what I'm getting at. I gotta say, man, it plays so well on the Switch. I actually tried to go back and replay it on the N64 not too long ago, and I couldn't do shit. That 64 controller is so hard to go back to using.
I forgot how terrible it was.
But like back in the day, Pod Racers, I beat everything with first place in every race. I had done all the mirror maps. Like I beat everything. And going back now, I could barely do one fucking level.
Have you tried going to fucking back and play like GoldenEye on that fucking controller?
No.
Oh my god, it is hot garbage. Like,
yeah,
I can't FPS on that shit.
Yeah,
it is fucking difficult. So yeah. But anyways,
it's a whole different monster. So playing it on the Switch, that's been fantastic. I already rebeat it with my main racer, Odie Mandrell. Did that run through. Now I'm doing all the mirror maps with Navaki. Navaki's is dope because his pods are in the back. So instead of being pulled by his, he's pushed by his.
Oh,
and
that's
it actually
cool.
handles a little bit different. Like that ship feels different.
Okay. So it's more like a starship than it's a pod racer.
Yeah, kinda.
Just a very weak starship. It's like I guess it's a speeder, right? The concept of a speeder.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how the rules allow for that.
Yeah, apparently they do. So when you played it in the coin op, did it have the repair mode? Like, did you damage your pods and have to sacrifice speed to repair them?
No.
And did it have
You
like the
just
boost mode?
it had boost.
Okay.
You just died and had to put more quarters in.
Oh no, so in this, like there's tons of landings and stuff that'll slowly start to beat, or like if you end up taking a turn too
Hmm.
rough and like slam into something just hard enough, you'll take damage on your pods, and so you have to hold down a different button, and it actually slows your pods down, but it repairs them back to where they're not like imminently going to
Oh,
overheat and burst.
that's crazy.
It's kind of a fun feature to like, just one more thing that you kind of have to pay attention to. And dude, the pods move super quick. Like that game has some parts where like you're just pure reaction.
Yeah.
Super fun.
That's kind of interesting how different it was because there is a Star Wars game. Did you ever play the arcade Star Wars game?
Which one? There are a few.
So not the old one. This was one that included the entire trilogy, the original trilogy, and you had I think it's like maybe you had one stick and a couple of buttons. That's it. It was in first person mode. It was on rails, and it was different prompts that you would do with a lightsaber, I believe. And I
Okay.
believe it different levels would take place in not Vespin, sorry, in Tatooine, and a bunch. Another level would be on Hoth, and another level would be on the Yavin or like the Death Star or something throne room. You end up
But
fighting.
are you in a TIE fighter or an X-Wing, or are you
You're
like a
no,
dude?
you're a dude. Sometimes you're in a vehicle, but the vehicle's on rails, and you just control like say the guns because you only have like one stick. And like maybe a button or two. You might not even have buttons. It might just be like the stick and the button above. And so let's say you're fighting Darth Vader, and these circles will appear on the screen to points that you have to hit. And obviously, it's designed to make you lose. So some of the
I'm
prompts
trying
are
to find this
difficult.
game. What I'm finding is the one that I know, which is pretty much you're in an X-Wing or a TIE fighter the whole time, and it's called Star Wars Trilogy. I'm
Huh.
trying to find this one you're talking about. There's a
Star
1983. Nope, see, that's the one I'm talking about. Is the 1983, and it's almost like vector graphics. Um,
No, this is very much. Let's see here.
are you sure this is not a fever dream?
Potentially at this point, I might just be making this shit up. No, 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 no. I will
Well, if
find
anybody
this.
out there knows what the hell he's talking about, please let us know. I'm even like best Star Wars games. I'm seeing nothing. I even have like Star Wars arcade game Rails. I already had lightsaber. That didn't do anything.
Okay, so fuck it. We're doing this live.
Yeah, no. The research is part of the game here.
Yeah,
I
we
guess
used
this is
to.
what we're selling. Um, hold on. Maybe it's this Rebel Assault PC rail shooter.
Maybe.
No. No, I don't think it is. It never show like a lightsaber duel. Buddy, I gotta say, until you can provide some Star Wars is a first-person rail shooter designed by Mike Halley. Yeah, let's just ignore chat. Sorry, chat. I still love you. Star Wars 1983 video game. Do,
No,
do,
this was in the
do.
fucking '90s, dog.
Yeah,
And
so the one you're linking, I think, is the one I'm talking about, where like I'm looking at it, the gameplay is like the vector graphics phase one, the Imperial Mar, blah blah blah, fly across the Death
Star Wars
Star.
Trilogy Deluxe Sit Down Arcade. Star Wars Trilogy. Look at that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, let me send you a link. I think I found it.
This is it's all still nonsense.
I get you.
Nonsense for all
Here,
of you.
look at that link. We just need to find more information about
He's
that
sending
game.
me a link. I'm opening it. Mm,
Well, I don't want to put the link up on the screen for people to see because I don't know what kind of information is on here. I don't want to dox anybody.
yeah. Welcome to discount. Okay. So this is Sega Star Wars Trilogy DX. Sit down. Star Wars Trilogy DX. Okay, let's see. Star Wars Trilogy DX. Star Wars Trilogy arcade video game by Sega. This might be slightly different. When you keep scrolling, oh no, I guess this is different. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing there is a lightsaber duel. There is a thing where you're like shooting at wampas.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So
You're not totally insane. Maybe this is all part of the same thing. Maybe I only just ever played the TIE Fighter one. Because I'm even looking, one of them has controls where like the control is like a X-Wing
yeah.
TIE Fighter stick.
Hmm.
But okay. Okay.
But yeah, this thing
Accept
was
this.
fucking bomb, but it ate so many fucking quarters. I just wanted to be a hero.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that was probably like $1 per go.
Yeah, those sons of bitches.
Even at Nickel City, it still costs quarters. The bastards. Was Nickel City a nationwide chain, or was there just the one?
I know there was more than one because there was one in another town. I
Okay.
just don't remember what town right now.
Nickel City was a pay-to-play arcade where you paid to be in there, but then still got charged a nickel for every game you played.
Yeah.
It was really kind of a scam.
Well, but this
it was
was
cool.
no. This was at a time though when most really good games were $1 now to play.
Yeah, that is true.
So what you would do is you take $20, you pay $5 to get in, or if you're really crafty,
It was like
just,
10-15 bucks to get in, dude.
For no, that's if you're an adult. I believe if you're a kid,
Oh.
it's cheaper.
Maybe.
Yeah, because obviously they wanted the kids there as well. But they come in and you just pay the $5 to get in, and most of the arcade games are a nickel. And you have your Galagas, and this was
And there's a free-to-play section.
yeah. But games like this were still fucking a quarter to play.
Yeah.
Like they were still getting their money's worth. But anyways, game was actually, maybe it's a nostalgia, but I thought the game was super fun, and I remember spending many hours watching other people play it when I didn't have any money, which is most of the time. And when I could scrounge up some money, losing it to a goddamn video game machine because priorities.
Yeah. That was always Dragon's Lair.
Yeah. Well, that or like Gauntlet.
Oh, I like Gauntlet though. Man, Gauntlet's the best.
Red Wizard needs food badly.
Yeah.
So wait, sorry for ignoring the tab, but did TK, did you see that one?
I think he is linking the same one. I think I was just thrown by the one that looks like it has the TIE Fighter controls.
Yeah. But
Oh, and see, this one says Atari. I don't know. Whatever.
I thought it was a great game, god damn it.
I linked older game. Okay, so he linked the same one I was talking about. So he's not crazy though, TK. There is a whole other one with a similar setup, but not the same setup.
Yeah, here, let me see if I can.
He's gonna link it to chat. If you want to see this, you should have been a
Actually,
part of the chat. People who are in
Blam!
the chat. There
Yep.
you go. Okay, yeah. It's a little different. I did look it up and saw the newer one. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
some of that was 2 tokens right there. That was 50 cents, and that already looks old as shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
anyways,
it didn't really have like stellar graphics
no.
from what I saw in this.
No, but I mean this was definitely in the 90s, that one.
Yeah.
Probably like 98.
All right, we're 15 minutes in. We haven't talked.
It's
I feel like you have things to say about one of these in particular.
I do. All right, so catch me up. You go first. What movie are we starting at here?
Okay, so we've already done everything. We are finally in the home stretch. This is for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi.
Okay. So please hit me with your review because I honestly I went into it completely earnest and I rewatched it. I took notes.
Yeah, and well, I really wanted to get yours. Look, this is one part. Eduardo dragged his feet on this a bunch, so it's about a month after I watched the movies, and I don't take notes. I just kind of hold stuff in my brain and scream about it for a while, but it's gone now. So I know I've been saying, like, no, 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 there are all these points where they say things that actually really worked. I don't remember what any of those specific points were anymore. Like, those specific points are gone. I just remember that there was a few times where I'm like, oh wow, they're really setting up for something bigger, and it didn't get payoff.
Yeah. Okay. Jesus goddamn. Where is my shit?
And Eduardo lost his notes, and now he doesn't remember the movie at all. Now I can tell you so I still feel like the B plot was weak. I don't love the whole going down to the gambling planet thing and all. I just it was super weak. I didn't get it. I didn't like it. I kind of like the idea of an almost bottle episode, so to speak, like
Yeah.
they're all trapped on the ship. That was really cool. I loved how that all resolved. That was probably like one of the best Star Wars scenes I've seen ever.
Okay.
Holdo and the ship, like the very like anime samurai slash ship blast. That was cool. I know a lot of people really, 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 really hate the Leia in space force pull scene. And yeah, I understand why people hate that scene. I get it, but I don't hate that scene.
Okay.
It's dumb, but it's hardly the dumbest thing they've done. Like,
I mean,
of
yeah, I
anything to
guess.
complain about, that's not any dumber than everything Jar Jar did, or I
Okay.
don't know.
Then let's start with that question, though. Well, not start,
Okay.
but let's pose that question. Worst character. Nothing against the actor. Nothing against anything about the actor, but worst character, Jar Jar or a Rose, Tico.
Um, Look. I don't like the character of Rose. And again, nothing against the actor. I think she nailed what she was handed. I don't like the character. Um, the worse than Jar Jar, she at least wasn't annoying. It was just a character that I feel like didn't fit the flow that I thought they were trying to set up. She felt like a monkey wrench.
Yeah.
She felt like a human plot twist, kind of like we're going left now. That's more what I didn't like.
Okay.
But Jar Jar, I actually just thought was like an annoying character. Same with like the Porgs. I would rate the Porgs lower than I would rate um, Rose.
Oh yeah, but to be fair, I don't consider the Porgs to be characters. I consider them to be just like
Yeah, but
fucking scenery.
as a character, more
Yeah.
if we're calling like just dumb things, there's plenty of stuff worse
All right.
than her.
So
Maz probably the most shafted though. How is there not more Maz Katana in
oh
8?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Maz was so cool.
Well,
I think we would have
and
been.
that's one of the like the people are saying like that story that she never told us how she got Luke's lightsaber. There was never time. Like that's fucking bullshit, right?
Yeah. Well, and
Um,
like, what a cool anti Yoda. She's like business Yoda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's a little more spry. She's a little more aggressive. She's running stuff. She's still active. She's business Yoda. She could have been a really great, like, pseudo mentor teacher thing.
Yeah.
So Maz was most shafted in 8.
correct. Well, Maz and also we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
So I found my
Yeah,
notes.
start hitting me. Okay, found your notes. Let me just throw one last one out though. Like one you
Yeah.
got to admit that end. Well, not the end fight, but the fight on the little sand skiffs with the red sand
Uh-huh.
is at least gorgeous.
Okay.
That's
Fuck
such
you,
a
fuck
cool
you,
looking fight.
Fuck you very much because you were on the exact opposite side of that when it first came out because I was like, dude, that was fucking beautiful. And then you started going to the whole Avatar conversation and you were like, it doesn't matter if it's pretty.
It doesn't make the movie. That's not like what saves the movie is a pretty scene. It is a pretty scene,
Yeah.
but
I
it
actually
by no
thought-
means sways
So,
the goodness of a film.
so being completely, objective, there are some beautiful shots in this movie,
Yeah.
right? Like some of the shots by the ocean and on the island were fucking gorgeous. Those drone fucking shots were great,
Yeah.
right? Things like that. They always do real well with the light, dark, red, blue motif. They always do really
Yeah.
well. The throne room scene, like it's some good stuff. The throne room seems, in particular, the colors were magnificent, right? So
Yeah.
filmography, I can't talk shit about it. Like I thought it was well done. All right, so I took notes, just like rough, short
Yeah.
notes, but I'll bring them up about just as I watched the movie. I actually took the time. I did it because if I was gonna go back and get past the whole fucking I hate this goddamn movie like the plague, then I was gonna need to be objective about it and look at it as a movie reviewer, not as a fucking Star Wars fan. So that's
Okay.
the approach I took. Um, Give me one. There it is. No, it isn't. It's dying. It's dead. Nope. So, the movie opens. The fucking jokes right in the beginning. A lot of people think that it was too much and trying to be too much like Marvel. I remember that was a big thing when it came out. I did.
Okay.
I didn't hate it. One of the complaints was that they were trying too much to be like Marvel. They took a serious point and turned it into a fucking a joke. I actually thought it was fine.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a nice way because the shot is great. You got the tiny little ship coming over. They're showing like by the way, the costume designers fucking on point. Like the bad guys look like bad guys. Their attire and everything. The good guys were very humble attire or very nondescript. Like
Sure.
yeah, costume folks, good stuff.
One thing that Star Wars usually delivers on.
Yeah, but then at that point, like we start going into the mechanics of it, like the hyperspace fuel. We've never talked about hyperspace fuel. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck? What is it? Why did this come out of there? Then they dropped the thing with like, oh well, the smarter ship is faster, so it's gonna outrun the larger ship. And I'm like, well, it depends. Proportional engines, and these motherfuckers have huge engines. I'm being nitpicky, but the point was, it was like, at the same time as hyperspace fuel, you try to lie to me twice, and you broke my immersion.
Sure.
But the opening sequence was fantastic. There was some action. There were some stakes. The sacrifice of the bomber girl. I don't know the actress's name, but it was well done. So I like that opening sequence. I thought it was great.
I also kind of like the like Poe was in the wrong. They won, but they burnt too many resources.
Yeah.
It's not a sustainable plan. I kind of like just the flaw in the hero's thinking.
Yeah, I will say that I liked it because what that does is that sets up conflict for a later act, right? For the character, because sometimes I felt that Poe just never got a chance. I feel like both Poe and Finn needed more. If you're gonna put them up front like that, right? There should be a little bit more about who they are.
Yeah,
I,
they were fairly shafted.
Yeah, so I definitely didn't like that. So just moving forward, everything just okay moves along. They're telling a story. But later on, one thing that I really liked was that the moment where R2 and Luke, their exchange when they first see each other.
Mm-hmm.
That was fantastic. Both Mark Hamill's performance and also the timing, right? Because that felt genuine. That actually reminded me of old Luke talking to an old friend, right? Like, I thought it was fantastic. So, yeah, that scene, great. And I'm moving fast, so slow down and let me know
Yeah,
if
no.
anything else.
Well, what did you think of the another one that I heard a lot of shit on? People apparently did not like, but what did you think of the Luke and Yoda scene?
Um, Honestly, my problem was that there wasn't enough of an explanation.
What do you mean?
So they've never established that these ghosts can come around a lot, right? So for them to go from they
Well,
they rarely talk to this, I thought it was a bit difficult.
hold on. Ghosts didn't even exist until Qui-Gon, and once Qui-Gon did it, there was one ghost until Obi-Wan.
Sure, yeah,
So nobody had big connections to them for them to
but
push through. Nobody was as force sensitive or trained.
hold on. You're explaining it to me. The movie didn't explain it to me. Is my point.
I I didn't really think it needed to get explained. I mean, sure you need to have the context of the other films, but the same could be said about anything happening in the movie.
It permanently is permanently changing how the Force works and the lore and everything. My point really is like it's it doesn't make me mad, but I understand why people would have trouble with it. Like at this point, I don't think it breaks things, right? I just like it's fucking it's whatever, but I know why people are pissed because technically, like they've never talked about it. They've added a force powers. Now the force ghost can do shit in the real world. Like it's a whole thing, right?
Well, because the problem is you're thinking of it as a ghost. It's not a ghost. They've become
Truth.
like one with it. They are the
Yeah.
Force. That's the whole thing.
But unless you count like what is it, Rebels or any of those, like the force isn't that advanced in this canon.
Some of the stuff that they're doing in the 1, 2, and 3 is much bigger, but the movies don't give it a lot of room to flex. I will give you that. But pretty much all of the EU, anything EU,
Oh yeah,
totally expands on the
for
force
sure,
powers.
dude. But again,
This was finally putting some of that into movie canon. It couldn't be kept small forever. We had to put some, just like, well, minor spoiler for 9, but we never saw force healing in canon before
that's
9.
a whole that's a we'll get there too. No, yeah, that's a whole other fucking.
I
story.
thought that like force healing is such a base force power from anything extended universe. It's kind of insane that it hasn't shown up in main canon yet.
Yeah,
It's crazy talk.
it's just again, I just hated that the moments where it shouldn't have been, it felt rushed, and the moments that should have been brief were too fucking long. Right? That's kind of one of the issues. So like less casino, more show us how the force is working or something, right? Like
Well, yes, 8 was a mess that did more to derail ideas and to stop ideas than it did to build upon ideas.
oh okay.
8 was somebody hitting the brakes, in my opinion. There's a lot of good stuff in there, but that's it. Its ultimate folly is essentially what you're talking about. It doesn't expand on anything. It just stops a bunch of things.
Yeah. All right. So back to the notes because it's got otherwise it's gonna go long.
Yeah, go.
All right. So here's something that I definitely didn't like. Holdo. She's kind of a dick from the opening. Like the problem again. I don't care that she's that way. It's just like explain what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, it was kind of a dig move. She's like, but I've had this plan all along, and I'm like, why didn't you tell anyone? You know how much could have been solved had you just told some people, like, hey, this is the plan.
Yeah, like
Just that's what we're gonna do now.
The plans that failed could have fucking succeeded. Right? Like it just seemed like it just caused infighting. But anyways, from the beginning, it felt like she had a chip on her shoulder. I'm like, which is I literally have. She has a chip on her shoulder, which is fine, but explain it. Like, what is happening? So the problem is that this is no longer like 7, where if you're trying to do 4, you're starting kind of in the beginning of a story, right?
Yeah.
This is the next one. You're supposed to explain more, expand.
Yeah, and it doesn't. It puts the brakes on a bunch of things.
So, okay. So, I also wanted to look at the Rose Tico character with fresh eyes. So, I wanted, open mind. First exchange with Finn and Rose it's actually kind of funny. Like the
Her
dialogue.
catching him.
Yeah, her catching him. The dialogue. They both performed it well. So yeah. Anyways, so not a bad thing. Whatever. Next thing, the tracking through fucking hyperspace. Like, really?
And they never really addressed how that happened, did they?
No.
Yeah.
No. It was just like, I choose you, Pikachu, but only one of us can do it.
Yeah. It would have made more sense had like Rey been there and Kylo was tracking her through the Force or something.
Yeah, sure. You
would have
could
made a bunch of
fucking
sense.
space magic. We've already accepted that that's a thing, but hey, homies, can you keep your science in line? But anyways, it's Star Wars. It's fantasy. My bad. It's not sci-fi. Not hard sci-fi. This isn't Star Trek.
It's fair.
Just saying.
It's fair.
Anyways, so tracking through light speed. Here, like, going back to that line you dropped, I said, if Holdo would have just shared the plan, a lot of grief would be avoided. If it's a secret for some reason, show the fucking audience. I'm like, they went as far to explain why Maz Kanata can't help. Like, tell us why Holdo isn't telling anybody the plan. Like, it's okay not to have it happen in the story, but explain it to the rest of us that can't read your goddamn mind. The casino scene. Here we go. Why park on the beach?
Yeah, that whole thing could have just gone smoothly had they just docked where they were supposed to dock.
Yeah, like they were literally gonna have fucking tea with somebody. Like, that is as well as that could have gone. Oh yeah, we went to that casino planet. Man, they're a bunch of dicks, but yeah, here we go. Like, great. Whatever. And then you and I had an exchange about this a little while ago, but Del Toro.
Yeah, not a fan.
I liked him. I actually thought his performance was his usual performance, which I like Del Toro. I don't love him. I like him.
I didn't feel like it fit.
I didn't think the character fit. I think his performance was fine, but like the logic of the character, just like, why? Like, why does he do the first thing and then do the second thing? Like,
I always just kind of chalked it up to like Agent of Chaos. He's just doing whatever seems funnest or most beneficial at that point in time. But it, again, was just kind of this, here's this thing that happened. Also, he's gone forever now. Bye.
Yeah, like,
okay.
Fucking why?
Thanks.
Anyways, oh, okay. Okay. So there's a particular scene that is a repeat of the we detect no life form in those pods. So they don't do anything about it, right? The scene where Finn, Rose, and I forget his character's name, but Del Toro's character are punching a pinhole through their shields. Remember that scene?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this is what I wrote, because I apparently I was in a mood. Discount Mario Lopez. Same error as his K-Pod droid scene in Ep 4. Because apparently the dude looked slightly like Mario Lopez.
Okay, if you say so.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of dumb, like how they got through. It's like, oh, it's a glitch on my screen, and by tapping this like advanced technology, it's totally gonna do that.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
Yeah,
I know it's petty, but it's dumb.
No, that's dumb.
Oh, okay. Next thing that I took offense to was cruiser piloting in that hyperspace maneuver. First off,
Wait, is this the scene that I liked?
is this the one where she drives the cruiser into the fucking big ship,
Yeah,
blows part of it up?
I loved that.
Okay, here's why I hated it. It was fucking gorgeous. How they did the lighting on that, like the special effects were on point. But why did Holdo have to die?
How was she? Somebody had to pilot it to do that.
Um, no, they have droids and they have other shit.
Droids are usually carrying data or have use. She had people who she could hand it off to. Somebody had to
No.
pilot that thing into them.
I call fucking bullshit. I like, dude, this is an advanced technology. You can't put that shit on autopilot.
They've never shown any sort of anything like that before.
You could, yeah,
And
you
it would probably have fail safes for not kicking into hyperdrive when pointed directly at something.
I don't know. All I'm saying is she didn't have to die. I thought that was dumb. But I thought
loved it.
the scene was pretty.
I
I
loved
just
it.
don't think why she had to die. I don't understand it thematically.
Why did Kylo have to stab Han? Why does anything happen these way? Like,
Well,
what?
the Han thing, I hate it, but I understand. Both mechanically and story wise.
I
Yeah.
killed my father.
Well, no, that and Harrison Ford was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was done. So I get it. But no, I just thought it was dumb. Anyways,
All right, you're done. Whatever. Move on.
thanks. Parents bullshit. Though your parents are garbage. Blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of for and against that answer. Like, it is super anticlimactic, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, sure. There's a lot of people in the galaxy. Why did she need to end up the way she ended up? You know? Like, that's also dumb. I don't think there was a good answer. There was no good, like, what's a better answer than what we got?
I don't know. Fucking nothing.
Exactly. So it's like them being no one is just as good as like it's secretly being Luke or Chewbacca or fucking anyone. Like,
No, but it's not. Again, for me, it's not that it was no one. It's that they set something up and they shat all over it.
I can kind of get behind the disappointment. That's life, motherfucker.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like, it just broke fucking canon. I just fucking hate this. I hate that part. I really do. It's
How did it break canon?
Well, it's not that it broke canon. That's dumb. I got emotional. That was dumb. No, no. The problem is it broke things that were set up because I, like you, had high hopes after 7.
Yeah.
I was like, look, they're setting up some good shit. Who is this new Force user? Honestly, I'm not in that she should have been a Skywalker, right?
Yeah, neither was I.
But don't make it a thing if it's not a thing.
I mean, it became a thing. The next movie fixed it, which that the next movie really suffers because of how much spackle it has to run
Yeah.
with and like patch up holes.
Yeah, no, exactly. Anyways, all right, moving past it. Phasma, fucking wasted.
Phasma was so wasted.
Like, they set her up to
Phasma
be
gets
such a fucking
screwed.
badass.
Yeah.
And fucking
And what a great
nothing.
actress for it too. And like
Yep.
she just got to walk around and talk tough. She never really got to like do
Yeah.
anything.
So
Such a
fucking
waste.
wasted.
Yeah.
But there's that. So this is the part where I felt this scene invalidates the opening.
Okay.
The Finn moment that was ruined by Rose.
Yeah, I really don't like I didn't want the character to die, but I hated why he didn't.
have him live, but don't take away character progression.
Yeah.
So, like, have the character fucking like he bails at the last second. Like,
Well, I mean, they were even hinting that he's like secretly a Force user.
yeah.
He
Well,
made a
because
fucking force field or something.
well, no, and in the first one, he fucking grabbed the lightsaber and actually did shit with it.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't chop his fucking hand off. Most people can't handle a lightsaber like that, so I understand. Attribute it to something like that. Do something with it. Don't shaft this fucking character out of a defining moment.
Right.
Right? So that was my issue. Again, it's things like that. It's not one little thing that made me really hate this movie. It was like it completely stunted Finn, which is why he just feels so fucking wasted.
Yeah.
So yeah, that moment, and the reason it invalidates the first scene is Rose had that pendant. They even made a big deal about it, that her other sister had the other half when she did the sacrifice, right? Why would she invalidate her sister's death by throwing her life for a guy she's known for like what, a week?
At most.
Yeah. Again, it just doesn't make any fucking sense even for the character.
It was that twist was so bad.
Yeah. Like, and then it's hilarious how they throw away in the next one. No, it's cool, buddy. You stay here.
Yeah.
But we'll get there too. But anyways, so Finn moment ruined. Killing Skywalker. That was the last thing that I really hated.
Why?
It's not that they did it, it's how they did it.
He burnt himself out.
Yeah, but unfortunately they had this really like ragey fucking bitter old Luke that just I hate that portrayal to begin with.
Yeah, when he kind of didn't seem like he liked it either.
Yeah, so I hated that portrayal. I hated this Luke. The entire point of the first trilogy was that Luke had hope.
Right.
Him saving Vader, all of that was he had hope.
Yeah, the movie kind of invalidated a lot of what they set up with Luke over like one. I'm not saying it wasn't that bad, but like first catastrophe and he's done.
Yeah. Again, it was just whatever. But so they set him up to do that, and then they just go, well, and now he just he pushed really hard, and now he's dead. Like, I don't think.
And this is pure interpretation.
Sure.
All right, like there's nothing to back this. I would argue it was a little more like Obi-Wan, maybe. Because remember, like Obi-Wan was beaten in a lightsaber duel, but he wasn't like decrepit and old and like on the verge of death. He just knew he wasn't going to win that fight, and so he surrendered himself into the Force, right? He became one. I kind of feel like Luke pushed himself way too hard. The outcome was unsure, and so instead Luke just gave way to the Force. That was more my interpretation of it. Was like it was a little more Obi-Wan-esque, where like Yoda fucking timed the fuck out and like slowly faded into it. I feel like Luke kind of just did it.
Okay.
That was how I took it. I don't know.
Look, honestly, like I rewatched it. It wasn't terrible, but things like this, I just felt like the character of Luke deserved maybe a little bit better, maybe a little bit more of a redemption.
Yeah, well, so it's not Luke's death that I didn't like in this movie. It's pretty much just Luke's portrayal.
Yeah.
The death was fine. It was more just the overall tone that they took the character that I didn't love.
Well,
and again, no fault to Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
It was the writing, just like it was with the girl who played Rose. Wasn't her. It was just what they did with these characters that was bad.
Yeah.
It's like somebody getting a hold of your toys and playing with them wrong.
Well, and just like, look, Han's death, I didn't like it, and like I was like, man, I wish he would have gone down fighting. I felt like that would have been
Yeah.
more of a Han thing to do, where like he's defending himself and whatever, something, right? But I understood why for the pathos of Kylo Ren's character, why it needed to happen, right?
Yeah.
So
So you're gonna need it. We only got 14 minutes left. You're gonna have to sum up 8 and give it a rating.
I still think it's the worst one of the entire series.
Of all of them.
Maybe not the Christmas special. That thing is hot garbage.
Wow.
But that's only because as a fan, that's what I gotta say. Otherwise, it's easily better than 1 and 2. Just the acting, for God's sakes. The emotional moments were emotional. The intense moments, like the actress playing Rey, like she fucking did some good things with the, like
She
when
fucks.
she's, yeah. Well, like when she's mad going at Kylo because fucking like he killed Han, like she
Yeah.
fucking sells it, right? I will
I
say,
really like him too. I thought Adam Driver was great.
I thought he was great, even though I'm not a huge fan of the Kylo character.
I love Kylo.
I just wish, honestly, I wish it would have been more like the EU. I think Jason was already complicated enough, and I think Adam Driver playing Jason Solo would have been fucking amazing.
All right, give it a rating.
Oh fuck! I don't even remember what my other ratings were. Honestly, I want to give it a fucking 2.
So give it a 2.
I guess a 2.5.
All right, and I would say for me, weirdly, even though I take a totally different tone when talking about 8, my rating actually comes in right about where yours does. It's a 2.5, maybe a 3. Where I actually just agree with your positive points. I actually find it to just be a watchable movie. It breaks a lot of the Star Wars tone. I don't like what it did coming off of the back of 7. I don't like how it breaks what 9 has to do. But at the end of the day, I have a hard time watching 2 and 3 because the acting is bad, the plot is way too much political drama, and they're just kind of dumb. At least 8 has some good things going for it. It has a couple great performances in it. The Almighty, it's pretty, I guess, but 2 really can't even claim that. So I do have to rate it above that. So yeah, we're kind of landing on the same thing, just from totally different points of view. So we got to dive right in. Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Is that what it is?
I think it's the Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
Why? Like, I didn't take his detailed notes. I honestly, the problem with 9 is that it's the best they could have done.
Yeah, my problem with 9 is it's just spending so much of its time fixing things that, like, 9 didn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Unless that movie was going to be like 4.5 hours, it was never going to stand a chance. I want the episode 9 Snyder cut. Where's all the shit that got fucking removed? Even like give me some of the storyboard stuff. Like, we didn't film it, but we're just gonna voice over and you can look at storyboards for 10 minutes. Give me all that, and I'm sure the movie would actually probably be great. But it's spending way too much time fixing things.
Honestly, it just feels like they tried because they tried Jesus Christ. 8 at least. I don't agree what Rian was trying to do.
It's Ryan. Why do you always do this?
Because I hate him. Rian Johnson, at least I felt he was trying to tell a story.
9 was trying to finish a story.
He was trying something. He was trying to do a thing. Unfortunately, 9 is spending so much time trying to fix all the shit he broke that it never gets a chance to tell its own story. It always feels very reactionary, which unfortunately loses a lot of it, right? Because
Yeah.
they introduce so many new elements that unfortunately none of them can stand on their own. So it's so easy to sit and start nitpicking every single fucking thing, like, oh, is this the original Palpatine or not? Like all that kind of shit. But honestly, it's like it's been
And
so much
bringing him back in an opening crawl, I just did not love.
Oh my god, it was the fucking worst. Like, why? And
Yeah.
people are always like, well, yeah, the opening crawl has like included, like Count Dooku and shit before he was on screen and stuff
Sure.
like that. But
This just
was
felt bigger than that.
huge.
Yeah.
This was so big. It was supposed to be the dude that's been controlling everything the entire time. Like,
Yeah.
the entire series of Star Wars, this is the villain.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Yeah. So, I honestly think on even cinematography, 8 was better.
Eh,
Like,
I like Abrams' camera work. I think it's really tight.
yeah, but the problem is the shots were darker and like,
They had the whole oh, it's not Diwali. What is it? The Color Festival.
oh, the festival, yeah. That's right at the beginning. Desert though, muted orange colors and shit. But yeah.
Well, and then they spiced it up with like pinks and yellows and shit. But that was really fun. I would honestly, they probably could have cut the whole going back to the Death Star to get the Wayfinder, and then like the people who were there that Finn has like 9 seconds to bond with over nothing. You probably could have cut all that and served something else better. I'm not sure off the top of my
Well-
head like what needed more, but lots of stuff did.
And I had forgotten that fight entirely.
Yeah.
It was so fucking forgettable. Like,
I mean, I guess it is where she beats him, but again, we could have done this somewhere else doing something else.
yeah, it just whatever. The whole Wayfinder thing though was also weird. Like, there's this
I really
dagger.
thought it was going to be a holocron until they called it a Wayfinder.
Yeah, holocron would have made more fucking sense. You sons of bitches. There's
Yeah.
already something in the lore for this. Honestly
Yeah.
though, like, can we talk about how the fuck parts of the Death Star survived the obliteration?
I mean, I guess like anything, the explosion's just going to rip off chunks and send it flying.
It atomized. Have you seen? Like, I saw the last movie, or I saw the Death Star blow up. It fucking atomized. It was like poof. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was poof.
They shot away at the speed of light.
That's would have taken out the planet. Would not have landed on planet. Would have taken out planet.
No, that's after it plowed through 3 other planets. It finally slowed down enough on this one.
It's like the fucking Futurama mini golf episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah, whatever. That seems fucking garbage.
You got we got 7 minutes.
What else do I have?
Sum up in a rating.
What did I like? It's just such a disappointment. I did.
Kylo's fight scene with the Knights of Ren was dope. I liked that.
I thought that was dope. I also thought the scene where they're in different rooms. I thought the lighting was really well done, and that like force battle thing. As much as I hated the character, Poe's girlfriend. I'm sorry, I forget the name, but I like that scene. I like that little like planet. The fucking droid maker. I'm sorry, I'm such a child. Was hilarious. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And him coming back at the end in the fucking fighter fucking killed me. It was I just laughed. I'm a child.
My wife loved him as well.
Yeah, fucking hilarious. But yeah, that character was kind of thrown away. They tried to give Poe a little bit more, but it felt too little, too late. And just
Apparently,
kinda
I
rushed.
didn't catch this on my first watch, but a lot of the LGBT community really wanted Poe and Finn to hook up.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, really? I never caught that. And then when I rewatched this time, I was like,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just because I'm not looking for that kind of thing, but it was right
Oh,
there.
for sure.
Like once you're looking for it, yep,
Well,
it's
I
right there.
I actually wanted that to happen because it seemed
Yeah,
like they had been setting it up, right? Like, they saved each other's lives in seven, and fucking eight, all this crazy shit. But it just, I thought it was kind of bullshit how they threw that away.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just some chicks kissing in the background. Yup, totally inclusive. I'm like, no,
Well, and his big secret being like, I think I might be able to use the Force. I'm like, okay, oh, okay, that's
yeah,
dumb. I don't know why that was a secret.
yeah, like
It's a dumb thing.
you really want to put this up front and center and be like, yeah, this is it's normal. It happens. It's in Star Wars. Here we go. Fucking just do it right.
Stupid. All
Yeah.
right, we got 4 minutes left. Give it your rating. Sorry,
Um.
9 fans.
Uh. Jesus Christ. Are we doing it out of 10 or are we doing it out of 5? I think it was out of 5, right?
Yeah, I think it was out of 5.
I guess it's like a 3.
Yeah, I'd go 3.5. It's again, it's got good scenes. There's really great character work, but it's
Yeah.
just a movie that's trying to fix another movie, and that's never gonna work.
Yeah. So, bah, it's all good. Um. But yeah, that brings us to the Star Wars for 2020. Jesus Christ. Now we're in 2021. Um.
Is that how years work?
Math is hard. Math is really hard.
Super hard.
All right. So, final thoughts.
Look forward to you watching The Mandalorian.
Oh, good God. Yeah, we're doing that. Prepare yourselves. On
I'll
that
rewatch
note,
it.
bye.
Bye.